Hey everyone, this is Mrs. Ramirez from Shadow Hills High School, and I would like to go over the information regarding the tour that I will take a group of students to this coming June to Italy and France. Some different things that this presentation will cover is why travel is important, who our travel partner is, the safety approach, what our tour is all about, what's included and what's not included in the cost of the travel of the tour, and how you can reserve your spot. First and foremost, you probably want to know a little bit about who is taking your students. It would be myself and my husband, Mr. Ramirez. We have both been teaching at Shadow Hills for 8 years, and as you can see here, we have done an extensive amount of traveling ourselves. We've been to Amsterdam, Rome, Paris, Barcelona, Athens. We've been to the island of Santorini, and this last summer we actually had the chance to go to Cuba and meet some wonderful people, a couple of artists here, and a really amazing trumpet player. And it was an incredible trip. So, because we've had so much experience traveling, I can tell you, hands down, that travel is important because it helps to develop a global perspective. And what I mean by this is that it allows students to break out of their bubble. And we are all living in this bubble in the United States and in California, where we kind of get used to how things are here in the US and our way of life. But traveling and getting out of that bubble helps us to connect to the rest of the world and understand how the rest of the world lives its daily life and what it's like to be in other countries. And so it develops that awareness, and also it develops an invested concern for the rest of the world as well. It also sparks a sense of confidence. Being able to make your way and find your way through a completely foreign land where everything is so different and so just unusual to you, and to meet these different people from these different walks of life who have a completely different understanding of reality and the world and all of the ins and outs of that, and to make your way through it feeling like, oh my gosh, yes, like I just got through that and I conquered that place, and I feel like I can conquer the world now. It's a very invigorating feeling, and it definitely gives a lot of confidence. It also prepares students to stand out on college applications and in future careers. So when they apply to future colleges, this is something that they can talk about in their essays, because they usually have to write a little something about themselves. And in job interviews, this is something that they can talk about when discussing different challenges that they faced and how they conquered those challenges. I mean, what a great story to tell, going to a totally foreign country and being able to make their way through that and conquer different challenges with the language barrier and all sorts of other things that they will experience. Now, we have partnered up with a company called Educational First Tours, and I have partnered up with them because they have been leading these student-driven tours for over 50 years. So they are very experienced, they are very knowledgeable, and they are very organized. And I feel very confident in their ability to keep us safe and to provide us with the best experience possible. All of their tours are fully educational. They really strive to make sure that the students get as much as they possibly can out of it. And they also provide the opportunity for students to get high school and even college credit for going on one of these tours. They also provide us with the best value for our money. There's a lot of travel experiences and a lot of different activities and things that we will be doing, but they give us the best prices for all of those things. And it's jam-packed full of wonderful opportunities. They also provide us with their peace of mind policy, which means that they will never send us to some place that has become dangerous or unsafe. And if a place has become that way, then they will alter their plans and give us an alternate tour that would still kind of meet our needs and what we were looking for. Their commitment to safety means that they give us a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week tour director who will be with us the entire time of the tour. Awesome chaperones like myself and my husband, a 24-hour emergency on-call service. So if anything were to happen while we were on tour, there's always a phone line where we can reach somebody. Their peace of mind policy that I just explained, and then my approach to safety, which basically means that everything that we do as a group. And with EF Tours, they provide us to have small groups for each chaperone. So for every 6 kids that sign up, a chaperone goes free. And this just allows for greater accountability and greater safety. I will also set up a buddy system, and there will be strict meetup times and curfews, which I will strictly enforce. And there will be certain consequences in place just in case students decide to kind of do their own thing and not follow those timelines, but it shouldn't be a problem. Now, group travel is really important because it provides students with the opportunity to meet other students from around the country. We will most likely be partnered up with another school from some other place or state in the country, and what a great opportunity to meet new people and to have fun while meeting new people. Group travel also keeps tours affordable. So you can think of it like going to Costco and buying in bulk. The more you buy, the cheaper the items tend to be. Well, the more travelers you have, the cheaper travel tends to be. So it's the same concept. Something that you need to know is what our travel window is. We can leave as early as June 14th and come back as late as July 1st. The tour will only be 10 days long, but we have to keep this window open in case the schools that we get partnered up with have some different demands as far as when they are able to leave and when they are able to come back. Now the fun stuff. What we are going to do. We are going to spend 3 days in Rome, and that's the first place that we're going to. We get to see the Vatican City, where the Pope lives, the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, the famous Colosseum, where all of the gladiators fought and died in some gnarly battles, Galleria Borghese, and we get to also participate in a painting class, which is really exciting. Then we get to go over to Florence for a day, see the famous Duomo, which is a cathedral, the Piazza della Signoria, the Ponte Vecchio, Gates of Paradise, the Accademia, where the big David statue is, and participate in another art workshop. After Florence, we will take an overnight train all the way over to Paris and spend 3 days in Paris. And in those 3 days, we will have the opportunity to see the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Élysées, the famous Eiffel Tower, the Palace of Versailles, which is a little side day trip, and that's going to be really exciting. The famous Louvre, where Da Vinci's Mona Lisa painting is. We'll get to see the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Musée d'Orsay, or we might go to the Musée National d'Art Moderne. Okay, that's the Modern Art, National Modern Art Museum. And then another art activity. So your child will be making a lot of art on this trip and bringing it home for you, right? What an amazing souvenir to come back with. Here are just some pictures of some of the awesome places that we'll get to see. So as you can see, these are just going to be such incredible experiences. Now, what's included in the program price? Round-trip airfare, on-tour transportation, buses and the metro and so forth, safe quality hotel rooms, 3 stars and up, a full-time bilingual tour director. This is the big one right here. This is what makes it worth it. A fully educational itinerary, guided tours and activities, travel gear, which includes a backpack and a wristband, both breakfast and dinner every day, 24-hour on-tour assistance, the traveler support team, a tour donation page to send out to friends and family who would like to help, and the We Share application program. that allows students to get college credit. Something that is optional, but I highly recommend, is the Global Travel Protection Plan. This is individual travel insurance, and it costs about $165. And it covers tour cancellation for very specific reasons only, illness and accidents or injuries that might happen on tour, all of those medical expenses it covers, any baggage and property loss at an airport, any flight delay, and it also provides 24-hour access to an English-speaking representative. It is completely up to you if you want to take this opportunity to purchase it. It is not mandatory by any means, but I definitely highly recommend it because you really can't predict what's going to happen between now and when we come back from our tour. Some different things that you are responsible for outside of the cost of the tour is extra spending money. Lunches are not included because we are going to be in different places at different times during the day. So you need to provide at least $30 for lunches and also for beverages and snacks. That's $30 per day. And we're going to be there for 10 days, so keep that in mind. Beverages and snacks is very important because it's going to be hot, it's summer, you want your child to stay hydrated. Tips for the tour director, bus driver, local guides, they all receive tips, $10 a day. There's 10 days. Bus transportation to the airport, again, everything we do as a group. So it'll be less than $100, but somewhere around there, and I'll have more information on that later. Passports, every child needs a passport. This is absolutely essential. Passports cost about $100. So please make sure that you take care of that. And any airport baggage fees is also on you. I highly recommend that your child does carry-on baggage, not checked baggage, and then you can avoid these fees altogether. So the big reveal, how much it costs. It's going to cost a whopping $4,279, and I know that's a lot of money. It comes out to about $523 a month at this point because, again, it is in about 8 or 9 months, the tour. So there's not a whole lot of time left to pay for this. But this is still a really good price, even though it's a lot of money, and here's why. Everything that you would purchase on your own would cost about $5,200. Round-trip airfare, train fares, hotels, food, transportation, tickets, art activities, spending money, passports. Everything would cost significantly more on your own because you don't get those group rates. And $5,200 is a very conservative price. It would probably cost a lot more than that. And on top of that, you don't get a tour guide, you don't get the extra education along with the tour. There's no tour director to tell you about all of the history and the culture behind everything. And that's where the value really is in this tour, is being able to have that and not have to worry about anything. Everything is planned out and organized for you. So for $4,200, that's a pretty good price. So something to think about. Now, if you would like to send your child on this tour, there are different payment plans. There is the automatic payment plan. I highly recommend this one because this means that you don't have to worry about making those payments. Everything is done automatically. And there's no fee attached to this one. It does come out directly from your bank account though, so keep that in mind. You can pay in full at enrollment with a credit card. So if you have one of those travel rewards cards, great option. There's also a manual payment plan. So you can make payments for this with a credit card, but there is a $50 fee and it is not automatic. So you have to remember on your own to make those payments. Again, I don't recommend it because excuse me, the late fee is about $150 if you miss a payment. It's a lot of money. Please go with the automatic payment plan. Now, if you are ready to sign up, you can do so right here. There are 10 additional spots available, and enrollment closes in about a week. And you can do it online or call this phone number. Please use this tour number when you sign up. I hope to see you there.